What's up, y'all? I have a ton going on today, but my energy is very high and I just needed to get outside, move a bit, and chat with y'all. This week has been crazy, having some incredible conversations with people in the middle of building businesses, just some serious transformation happening with some clients. The youth coaching program is getting crazy. Speaking in front of classrooms full of students, it's just been awesome. Pretty much, yeah, every area has just been growing like crazy. It's just been a crazy couple weeks. So super awesome, which leads me into what I want to talk to y'all about today, which is doing the one thing I said I wasn't ever going to do. There's actually a few of those things. The first one was hiring a coach, which I did end up doing a long time ago. The second was becoming a coach, which I did a while ago. The third one is coaching coaches, which is something that I just decided when I decided to build a few different programs, was one that I wasn't really gonna push too hard on. I was really focusing on helping individuals instead. But what has happened is, just for whatever reason, the people who I am currently coaching, in some cases, have decided to take their path into a direction of coaching as well. So it just so happens that I am coaching new, up-and-coming, world-changing, life-changing, soon-to-be coaches. And I want to talk to you guys quickly about a book that I'm currently reading by Gabby Bernstein. But if you know any of her work, she's kind of a very trust the process, trust the universe, spiritual type of person. When I see these types of signs about, it just so organically and authentically happens that I'm coaching new up and coming coaches, then I'm going to run with it. I'm not going to stray away from it. It wasn't something I was going to pursue, but now that it's here, it's definitely something that I'm going to be considering. So yeah, if that's a world you're living in, feel free to reach out. And I have a message here that I want to share with you if you are considering getting into the world of being a coach, which is something that I've really realized. I've said this before, but to this extent, I really want to share it. And I've really noticed it in this. The book that I just finished, but I'm reading a few of her books, are by Gabby Bernstein. But the one I just finished is The Universe Has Your Back. I think a lot of people have read it. It's a pretty popular book. And it's just incredible how I read it, because the message that I get from it, it's the exact same message that you're going to hear from Tony Robbins. It's the same message that I heard from Tony Robbins. It's the same message that I heard when I went into my NLP, became a licensed NLP practitioner. It's the same message that I hear in CBT, or becoming a certified life coach, and even personal training. And, because Tony Robbins and NLP and CBT and life coaching, because they're somewhat similar, I wasn't so surprised that I was hearing such a similar message throughout. And then I listened to someone like Gabby Bernstein, who's totally different. She doesn't talk about things on a neurological level. She doesn't talk about the science behind things. She's all about spirituality, trusting the universe, this whole different process. However, what I learned is that she is still saying literally the exact same thing that I was learning in NLP about shifting our perspective, about, how the brain works. But she's just saying it in a way where she's taking out words that someone might use and replacing them with things like spirituality and universe, where someone who's a neuroscientist might be using more technical terms. And this really just clicked with me very quickly. What I learned from this is that, or even further ingrained, I already knew this, but it really told me that it's not about how many coaches there are, because I know there's a demographic who will listen to, and a great example of this is my sister, if she's listening to this, shout out, but she's someone who in the past has totally related with Gabby Bernstein, spirituality, that type of message from that type of person, who would never relate to someone like Tony Robbins or, NLP. But the thing is, they're both saying the exact same thing. However, one person has no connection with an entire world of people that Gabby Bernstein is relating to, and vice versa. So the message here, and what I've learned, is that it's not about the message you're sharing. It's not about, it's not about the message you're sharing, it's about who you're sharing it to. Everyone has the same message. There's not a ton of new information out there. Most people are saying the same thing. Where the real power lies is in the people you're speaking to, because Gabby Bernstein has a circle of people that she relates to. Tony Robbins, same thing. Anyone who's into NLP and the world of NLP, that's their world. CBT, that's their world. And just like them, if you're thinking of becoming a coach, you also have your unique audience. These are all people who relate to you. They're people who may be going through what you have been through and become successful at getting through. And these are people who need to be hearing from someone like you, who isn't relating to someone like Tony Robbins, who might be not the right person, or Gabby, or any of these people. Just like I have my people who feel my energy and want to relate to me. It's almost like we all had our favorite teacher when we were in school. We all have our favorite coach. If it was a case where it was only about the message, then Tony Robbins would be the only coach, because he is he is worlds above other coaches, but there's a lot of people who don't connect with him, who need people like Gabby Bernstein, who's saying the exact same thing, but they need to hear it in a way that they can really personally relate to. So instead of Tony or Richard Bandler or these people talking about how our brains work, how we restructure the physical wiring of our brains, Gabby says it in a way of, in a sense of spirituality. And if you listen to anything from them, and then if you listen to the way that she says it, long story short, going through this process, the more I learn about all this stuff, what I'm really trying to do now is listen from different people to really relate to, and it's really just proving how true this concept is that everyone's saying the same thing, but people are talking to different people. So all that you need to do is figure out who your people are and connect with those people. So the whole idea behind coaching that I sometimes run into with people is having a scarcity mindset versus a abundance mindset. And what this teaches us about how there's so many people and people that are waiting to hear your message from you, it allows you to have this abundance mindset, because, we need more coaches. It's not about if someone new becomes a coach. If I'm coaching a potential coach, that excites me, because that further allows me to help to change the world, to make it a better place, because I'm empowering them and helping them to empower themselves to do that same thing. But they're speaking to a group of people that I absolutely wouldn't have been able to speak to, which is extremely powerful, because now we're relating a message to, we're getting our message to that much further of a reach. So it really is just a transformative thing to learn, is that there's more than enough for everyone. Everyone should, there's enough coaches for everyone. You have your own people. And once you understand that, you can realize that there's these people out there who really need to hear your message, and just how extremely important that is. That there is no scarcity mindset. People are waiting to hear what you have to say. There's no secret message that one of them is saying. It's just a matter of finding out who your people are and really reaching out to them. And yeah, I'm going to be introducing a new program that's going to gear towards coaching coaches. as soon as I've started talking about it, I know it's the right thing to do, because the one thing that people like about my coaching is the energy, the motivation. As you guys know, because every time you see me, I'm pacing around the streets on a call like this, like fires me up. It literally, getting off a coaching call, just it gives me so much more energy, and it just puts me in such a state that I feed off of my clients and vice versa. And that's extremely powerful for a coach, because we get stuck in these ruts. You know, there's a lot of limiting beliefs that when you step into the world of wanting to become a coach. And I've been there, I've been through it. Things are really picking up at an incredible pace right now, where I'm really proving to myself that, you know, you start having these transformational breakthroughs with your clients, and you're thinking, wow, this really is powerful stuff. And, you know, I want to share that with more people. I want to help people to speak to their audience that I can't speak to. And it just, amazing thing. So there's going to be, there's a couple new coaches coming out. I can already tell that they're just about to change the game, and I'm super stoked. And yeah, so cheers to, you know, never say never, because looking back 5 years ago, you know, if anyone would have said you should hire a coach, I would have said, nope, I'm good. Let alone becoming one, let alone coaching coaches. So it just kind of shows, you know, the level of growth that I've kind of endured, and really how important this stuff really is. And seeing it firsthand with my clients and how they're leaving these calls that we're having is just been an absolute game changer. So super fired up. This week's just been incredible. Starting to focus on this program that's going to change the lives of our youth is just really has me buzzing, and just these transformational calls I've been having all week. And, you know, some weeks you don't, you know, sometimes it's 8 or 9 weeks before you have that one call where it's like, okay, this is the call that, you know, this is the reason, this was the build up for all of this stuff. So when you do have those amazing weeks like I'm having this week, you take it in and enjoy it, and remember these weeks during the weeks where things aren't going your way, because we have those too. And that's a big part of building a business and becoming a coach, is just, you know, pushing through and, you know, having that discipline and consistency and persistence to keep going even when you feel like your message isn't getting across. So love you all. Talk to you soon. Peace.